Hey guys, what's going on? It's Joel Tavares here. You're watching Dual Shockers TV on DualShockers.com. I'm here with Harvard Bonin, the producer on Starhawk from Sony. I cannot say enough about this title. So even back at E3, this is my game of the show. There's nothing that cannot be said about this game. Yeah, I will. But I need you to give me some.
We need all the love we can get.
I'm here to give it to you. But I need more information now. So we've been introduced to Mr. Emmett Graves here in the background.
Yes.
He is glowing of blue stuff, and we have no idea what's going on. So please help me break that down.
He is. Well, it all goes into the whole universe and the story behind our universe. It's all about this rift energy that these miners are out there mining. It's also kind of nasty, and it kind of infects you if you get too exposed, and you turn into what's happened to Emmett here, in that it's gone into his veins. It's kind of corrupted him. You see one arm. It also makes your skeleton push out from the center of your body, almost like a crab. We'll just turn that around. And when you see the enemies in the game, the outcasts, they've gone all over to the dark side completely. So Emmett here has a regulator that was created by his buddy Cutter, who's the guy up in orbit, his gear man. Is this getting too long now? It probably is. And he's created this thing to keep this ripped energy in check. So that's why he's not fully gone. But you also meet another character, his brother in the game, who actually also hasn't fully gone, but it affected him in a completely different way.
The brother plays a significant role in the story here.
Yes, in fact, he is the bad guy.
Ouch.
Not a reveal, we've said it before, but yeah, it's very much of a, when you talk about a traditional kind of Western story, we really wanted to bring that family aspect into it. They were separated, not at birth, but at teen, I guess. They were separated at teen.
So not like Dr. Evil and Austin.
No, not like that. But his brother has actually gone to the dark side completely, and he's the one that is the outlaw, and he's kind of corralling all these guys, all these outcasts that were normally mindless freaks, kind of just out there, kind of going after rift energy like addicts, and he's kind of corralled them into some semblance of some sort of, I wouldn't call it a fighting force, but they're definitely warriors, and they're mean as hell and they're mad as hell at the rifters, at the humans invading their space.
Right. Now, just to break down, so a lot of people don't know exactly how much stuff is actually going on, right?
Yep.
So there's rift energy, there's guns,
yep,
there's tons of people on screen,
yep,
there's mechs and planes.
Yeah.
All right, so
and other stuff.
Okay, so if I could break it down, right? Now, we do not condone this kind of behavior, but was this going on at Lightbox when they thought about this whole scheme where they're like, we're gonna get the planes to turn into mechs and have them walk around?
High on video games, man. High on games. That's all. That's all.
It's just a nut. Like the concept is crazy. It's basically like Michael Bay's dirty fantasy.
That may be true. I cannot condone or any of this stuff either. But I can say that kind of heavy action, that high action, and what we like to say is kind of cerebral action, because we do have this build and battle thing, and we kind of think that gamers are ready for something a little bit more. Right. We're not making this for your mom. We're not making this for your sister. Maybe your sister, because they play games now too, a lot. We're definitely not making it for your mom though, and we want players, this game, to really cater to gamers. Right. Guys or girls that have built their whole lives around getting this system, this PS3, and then showing everybody what it can do. And we want people to get this thing and they'll go like, wow, have you seen this game? Did you know what they're doing? I've never ever seen anything like that. Not to mention all these toys we're giving you with you mentioned it, the guns, the vehicles, all these characters, and this build and battle stuff. I mean, you have more toys in your tools in your tool chest here than I think you're probably going to see in any other game.
Right, and build and battle. That's one major part, but for the most part, this is like a technological showpiece for the PS3. So build and battle is a big part of it. But you even mentioned earlier the AI. I mean, you guys had to, not only are you building, dropping down these bases, but then you're programming AI to know how to use them and know how to actually be helpful in certain scenarios.
Very true. That's very true. And we say, I wouldn't go on record except to you, privately, I guess, like I did earlier.
Yeah, no one's watching.
There are a ton of games that are really pushing the system. It came out in 2006. I would hope we are. PS3 has always had a gigantic amount of upside, and we're just seeing it again. You know, nobody is going to be able to do the build and battle to the fidelity that we're doing it on any other console, and it's just the way it is. It's fast. We're doing so much underneath the hood that you don't ever see. You know, it looks pretty, yeah, but what you don't see is all the AI changing all their pathing and adjusting to what you're doing around the battlefield, and then going inside these buildings and using them as you know, cover points and things like that, just so that they can be smart and help you in a reasonable way. And the PS3 is really the only thing out there that only other console that we think could do this sort of stuff.
Right now,
we'll prove us wrong in a year, I'm sure.
well, you guys, we have a lot. We have a little way to go before launch. We have no date set, which is cool. Whatever, but.
You want the exclusive? I'll tell you. No, I won't.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. But
well, let's just say it's not tomorrow.
Okay.
No, we'll do. We've always said it's 2012. Okay. It is not in January.
Damn it. All right, that's cool. That's cool. I can hold off. But leading up to that, we got stuff to look forward to. So you guys are going to be at Comic-Con this weekend.
Yep.
So anyone that's at San Diego Comic-Con will be able to check it out. You got a whole panel going as well.
Yeah, we do. We have it. It's 10 a.m. on Sunday, so come on down. It should be cool. We have Lars, John, our writer's going to be there as well. We're going to talk about the story and more just detail on the fiction and the universe, and then you can kind of see a little bit about the creative process. We got some new artwork, some new shots to show off and stuff like that. So.
And you've also had Mr. Dylan Job also break the silence about the beta, so we know that's coming. We have no tentative date on that though, but we know it's coming. So
yes, absolutely, we got a public beta. We'll have a private and public beta. Right now, I'm actually working a lot with the guys to figure out how it's going to be and who's going to be in it. All I can say is the Warhawk fans.
God, please let me in it.
Yeah, well. You know where I live, so.
Well, speaking of the Warhawk guys, I guess we'll close it out with that. You guys have a rabid following. The community, it's sick. We're talking about years later now that they're still there and they're still going. Warhawk is still very much alive. What do you do? And I asked Josh this in an interview we did recently on the site. What do you do to appease them to make sure that they enjoy Starhawk, but also let Weekend Warriors just jump into it as well? I feel like that was one of the disparities between what happened in Warhawk, where people you want to jump into it, but you get in there and you're just getting murdered.
That is so true, and that's one of the shortcomings I think of Warhawk, and we've really looked to kind of adjust that this time around and give those players co-op options, solo options, that kind of thing.
Just keep those elites away from me.
Yeah. Our matchmaking is going to be much better this time around. In fact, Warhawk, we put that in after the fact. Nobody actually remembers that we did that as a patch. It was so early in the process.
At that point, I was like, no, this is too crazy.
It was not. It was okay. I mean, you could find a match, but it wasn't designed really to do the things that we're going to be doing with Starhawk. Not to mention, we'll have your own game list. You can start your own games. All these things, we really wanted to give the online players a lot more choice in terms of how they find their friends. The clan system is much easier. We had tournament systems. Yeah, things to make it even a little more friendly, or things like we're considering right now, or just ranking system, or not ranking, but ladders that are just based on your own friends, yourselves, and stuff like that. So, oddly enough, we've learned. We always say we learn a lot from other games. We said, tower defense obviously is something we've looked at.
Plants vs. Zombies. I heard Job talking about in an interview.
Absolutely. I played that way before him. I don't know why he's ever holding that up. Pixel Junk Monsters is awesome. And to Dylan Cuthbert, make another one for me, please. I would also, when we're talking about social gaming, we learn a lot of that sort of thing for that, and when you see a social gaming, most oftentimes you see ladders that are based on you and your friends, and how do I compare to my friends? And not to say we're going to get rid of our old ones, but I think there are things to learn that make things a little bit nicer and more pleasant to be in, and Warhawk was just plain hardcore mean a lot of times, and while there was a lot of goodness underneath, you had to dig for it, and a lot of people didn't bother digging for it, so they go, well, I'm done with this. We wanted to make sure that doesn't happen here, and I think that so far we've been successful, but jury's out. We'll see next year.
I'm looking forward to see how this turns out. Not in January, just not in January. But again, thank you, Harvard, so much. You're watching DualShockers TV, DualShockers.com. We're checking out Starhawk. Hopefully, we won't get our asses kicked as much this time around.